Army News followed the Armored Corps troops to the range where they put the Leopard 2A6M through the paces during their training in Munster, Germany. Let's take a look.
So we're on the pad today with members of the LDSH and 12 RBC. The troops have now worked up their training to the live fire portion of the exercise and their training here in Munster in Germany. Army News will be covering the daytime firing and the nighttime firing. The troops are excited to get going, and so are we, to see what's going to happen.
Today we're starting off with zeroing and bore sighting the main gun as well as the machine guns, and we're going to start with the qualifications for the gunners and crew commanders on the range here. We'll start with the static and then into the moving and culminate with a troop live fire battle runs by day and by night. We've been training a while for this, and then getting the new piece of kit, we're anxious to start pulling some triggers out here. Wait for the show, it should be excellent.
Just introduced the new tank we're acquiring from the Germans. The gunner station is very similar to what we've had before, but a few modifications. They basically took all the best parts of the Leopard 1 and transferred over to the Leopard 2 and added a whole bunch of new things as well. So it's kind of a new and exciting time for us to be over here actually in Germany learning this new weapon system, which I think is going to make a big difference overseas. They have two kinds of simulators here. They have the one that's mostly for the crew, so we can get get practice there. But then they also have like a troop simulator as well, so we can have 4 of us all go at the same time, which is very good for like getting away from just going as a crew, but getting the troop to work together as well as a cohesive group.
What's the biggest difference going to be between the 105 and firing the 120?
It's just a bigger round, a lot bigger boom. I've been listening out here, listening to it, and it's definitely a bigger. You can definitely feel the difference.
Okay, so if the bad guys are watching Army News, what message do you have to them about the new tank?
I'd say they're in a lot of trouble. Absolutely.
So this wraps up our story on the live fire exercises from the tank ranges near Munster, Germany. I'm Sergeant Brad Phillips for Army News.
I think I would agree with Trooper Wright when he says that the enemy had better watch out. With the Leopard 2A6M due in Afghanistan this summer, things just got a bit hotter for the enemy.
Le sergent Brad Phillips s'est entretenu récemment avec l'équipe du Leopard 2 de la 32e compagnie à MUNSTER en Allemagne. L'équipe nous dévoile les dessous de l'entraînement qui a permis aux militaires de prendre rapidement le contrôle du Leopard 2 A6M.
Army News is in Munster, Germany, where we've caught up with members of the Strathconas and 12 RBC. We're going to be following the crew of 3-2 Charlie as they train on the Leopard 2A6.
C'est la première fois qu'on s'entraîne tout l'équipage ensemble, qu'on va bouger le véhicule ensemble, tout l'équipage. On va s'en aller sur le champ de tir, puis on va continuer à développer l'entraînement au niveau de tir réel avec l'équipage complète. Aussitôt qu'on est arrivé sur le char d'assaut, tout le monde était très content de voir la capacité de la machine neuve, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de chars ici qui sont même pas graffiniers, ils n'ont jamais sorti encore, je crois, à travers champ. Fait que c'est une machine neuve, on est les premiers au Canada qui s'entraînent là-dessus. Puis je pense que tout le monde est vraiment content là, d'être sur ces véhicules-là. C'est vraiment une très bonne chose qu'on ait ces véhicules-là, surtout pour la mission en Afghanistan.
C'est vraiment un meilleur tank. C'est pas comparable au premier tank. C'est vraiment une nouvelle machine. C'est plus gros, plus fiable. Tout est vraiment bien fait. Tout ce qu'il y avait de moins bien fait, tout a été corrigé. Tout est parfait. Le moteur est 2 fois plus fort. Au lieu d'être 850 HP, il y a 1500 HP. Il est 2 fois plus fort. La vitesse est pas mal plus vite. Le tank est plus haut de terre. Fait que ce qui est de prendre les bosses, ça va pas mal mieux. Parce que le système de suspension a été modifié et tout. C'est vraiment une nouvelle machine, c'est vraiment beau.
Le plus gros changement, je pourrais vous dire, c'est au niveau de la tourelle. Le Leopard 1C2, la tourelle était hydraulique. La pompe était entre les jambes du tireur, ça créait beaucoup de chaleur, puis elle était moins rapide aussi. On parle de peut-être 23 secondes pour faire un tour complet de la tourelle. Alors qu'avec le nouveau Leopard 2 A6M, tourelle électrique, fonctionne mieux, moins de chaleur dans mon compartiment, puis un tour en 9 secondes, 360 degrés, très rapide, très bonne tourelle. C'est mon gros changement au niveau de ma position. « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 «
Army News recently caught up with a group of armored soldiers in Munster, Germany, training on the new Leopard 2A6M tank. Warrant Officer John Harju took time out to give us a walk around of the new tank and explain some of the features.
This is the Leopard 2 A6M, mine protected. This has superb protection, world class, the best in the world, no doubt. This tank can do approximately 70 kilometers an hour cross country, as opposed to the 35 or 40 with the current vehicle. The biggest protective feature is this gigantic multi-ton belly plate right here, welded on, which gives it a very, very high level of mine protection. So this is going to be one of the best protected tanks, if not the best protected tank in the entire world. The A6M has ballistic hubcaps. The exhaust is now ducted straight out the back, and the cooling air is blown out through these grills here. It actually reduces the thermal signature. One more unique feature about this vehicle is this backup camera. The driver has a monitor in his station, and he can use this, a little flap opens, and he can drive in reverse at full speed. We have more kit stowage, as well as the NBC system, the Nuclear Biological Chemical Defense System right here. We see the length of the barrel as well here. From here to the front, this is all additional to the old variant of the Leopard 2. This is a 120 millimeter L55, probably the most powerful tank gun in the world today. We fired it in Holland, and it is an excellent piece of kit. Very accurate, very, very long range. 4 kilometers, no problem. Probably the biggest difference from the C2, our old tank, is the Perry 17 Commander's sight. Here we are in the Commander's station. This is the biggest single change with this tank as compared to the Leopard 1 C2. Commander now has an independent monitor with which he can observe the gunner's sight, day and thermal, as well as his own thermal imagery. The commander controls the turret via a thumb control, a rigidly mounted joystick. He can maneuver the turret in 9 seconds for a 360-degree traverse, not bad for a 21-ton piece of steel. The gunner station is largely the same as in the old tank. It's virtually the identical sighting system. He's got a much more comfortable seat, a lot more room. You have much better vision, aposcopes all the way around, better than the old vehicle. Much better sighting capabilities and much better ability to command the tank and fight it overall. The driver's seat is now no longer rigidly mounted to the floor. It's suspended. In the event of a mine strike, the shock wave won't be transferred to the driver. This is probably the busiest part of a tank that's in action. The loader is the one who's manipulating the rounds and loading them into the main gun. In the past, we had all our ready ammunition in an arc along the floor. Now, it's all contained in there. He's got the coax machine gun he has to service. This is his job here. We're going to be using the German MG3. It fires almost twice as fast as the current C6 we use. It's incredible, the rate of fire, incredible. This is the best piece of kit I've had the pleasure to work on during my 20-year career. And this vehicle I have supreme confidence in, and in the crews that we're training currently here in Munster, they're going to do the country proud.
From Munster, Germany, I'm Sergeant Brad Phillips for Army News.
It looks like our soldiers will have an excellent piece of kit for many years to come, and the 2A6M will certainly be a welcome sight on the battlefield in Afghanistan.